Hello everybody, welcome back to American Truck Simulator once again. Today we're taking out CTTM's Kenworth W900A. I've got a Cat C15 King of the Hill in this thing. I'm gonna fire it up and let you listen to it. I love the sound of those air horns, man. Sounds really good. So we are in Dallas, Texas from last time, and we are gonna be picking up cottonseed and taking it to Laredo today. So put this thing into gear and get rolling. I'm not able to actually float gears in this thing, and I'll show you the reason why. You get like a horrible grinding sound every time I try. Wait, how do I get out of this place? I guess we're gonna go out to the right. But watch, if I float the gears, that wasn't too bad there, but if you're off by even a little bit, it just makes a terrible sound. Like that, you know? I'm not a huge fan of that. So we're probably just gonna single clutch this thing since ATS doesn't like double clutching that much. I mean, you can double clutch, but it's slow going. So we're fine on fuel. Everything's good here. We're in an old classic truck. It sounds good. The engine brake on this thing's awesome too. Okay, we went the wrong way, so we gotta go through Fuel Island, I guess, to get out of here. That's fine. We'll roll our windows up for now and just enjoy the drive, shall we? So I'm just gonna be single clutching for the most part, just to keep things nice and smooth. We don't have to have that terrible, terrible sound, which is the grinding sound. Now, it's attached to the make a left out of here, yep. It's attached to the the truck effects slider in the game. And I really wish, see that's a double clutch. It doesn't like it. You have to single clutch. It's so strange, I know. But I've only had to deal with this with certain engines and truck. So running ZMod C15 in here. Huge thanks to Thrustmaster for sponsoring with the TGT2. For today's video. Exit I-45. Yep, that's what we want. Got an 18 speed in this thing. And I believe I have a 3.25 differential in this one. There we go. We're just gonna do the old-fashioned way of shifting, you know? Why not? Take a right turn here. I'll let you listen to the Jake brake here in a minute. I will. And hopefully the last video I did helped a lot of you guys with settings for the game. We good here? Yep, we're good. Why are we not in, oh, the gear I thought I was in. That's why. That's, duh.
Go straight.
Yep, we'll go across the highway. It looks like, okay, that horse is just gonna run it, no biggie. Not running a density mod this time. That was causing all the big issues I was having. So we're running Project Next Gen and all the fun stuff, JVX graphics, and we're still gonna get skips and stutters, man. It's just, I've been playing this for a lot of hours recently, and it just seems to be the game, no matter what I do. Okay. Already here at the Union Pacific is where we're picking this up at. Strangely enough. There we go. Hopefully you guys have had a great week so far. We have to go through the x-ray, don't we? Yeah, it looks like it. I'm gonna roll my windows down. And last time, I know the audio was peaking, so I cut the volume by half this time, so it shouldn't be a problem for us. So running CTTM, that Kenworth W900A, and running John Ruta's hopper trailer is what we got going on here today. All right, go through this, no problem. And I'm gonna stick to the right-hand side. I've been doing a lot of streaming of American Truck Sim over on twitch.tv/jfabiano. That's just for them. I don't think it's for us so much. On my other profile, and it's been a lot of fun. Been driving Dom's Peterbilt 379 on there, and you know, just raising money on my profile so I can actually hire drivers and make more money each time. We have this thing we gotta do. I remember from last time. Gotta do a security check, man. They're gonna do the security check in progress. There we go. We're all good on the security check, so all we have to do now is just back it in and pick up. Since we're using our own trailer today, I'll go to the outside view and let you see the truck and trailer in action. The W900A, man, what a beautiful truck, and just an iconic one at that, you know? It really is. And with the Cat C15 in it, it's got a good sound. That's for certain. See there, the custom trailer there? Painted it black. Got all the lights on it you could ever ask for. But I had to go with the flat top. Okay, let's make another right turn here. And we are going to talk to them and see where they want us to actually back in so they can fill this thing up with cottonseed. That's what we plan on doing today. All right, we're almost to the box. Oh, it's the one right in front of the arrow up there. Okay, that makes more sense. It's 20 miles an hour through here. Man, I would not be doing that. I'd be going a lot slower. You see, we got tint on the front window. You can't remove it. A lot of mods have been doing that lately, and I don't know why. They like that, but it's not for me. And here is our run, cottonseed, 40,568 pounds of it from Dallas, Texas to Laredo, Texas. And that's the job we're going to take. All right, so we just pick up right up here on the left. This will be a pretty straightforward back. I mean, we can't do a perfect straight back because that is not enough room for us, but we can do a standard 45 and it'll be okay. Just like this. And I believe this is only a 48 hopper, so this isn't going to be a 53 footer by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. All right. Yep, pretty straightforward. Keep on coming back with her. A little bit more of a hit there. There we go. Straighten it all out. I think we nailed it on the first try. Yep, it's pretty darn good right there. That's right on. Smack dead on. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe we're a little bit too far to the right. That's something about these yards I've noticed, is that the pickup zones, they're very narrow. Very narrow. So I might have to move the trailer to the left a little bit more, but we'll see if it goes green. If it goes green, we'll just stick with it, you know? Oh, they did. They liked it. We nailed it. Sweet. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do it. Kill the engine and let them load it up. Okay, so it's 9:22 in the morning there, and now we're going to be 9:43 a.m., so that didn't take them very long at all. All right, follow the route to the target company. You got it. Shouldn't be too bad. And push that guy in, wait for the sound to go away. Put her into gear. And this is the 600 horsepower engine in this thing. We have more than enough to pull it. And we just kind of go out the same way we came in. Easy peasy. Well, thank you all for the nice, kind words about bringing LSPDFR back. I have actually been enjoying LSPDFR again. And it's going to be a limited series, nothing like it used to be, but I don't think it'll be a stranger on the channel either. A lot of you guys really enjoyed it. I only had one game crash, so that's not too bad. All things considered when it comes to LSPDFR, you know? Go ahead and roll our windows up. Let's stick to the far right here. Actually, you know what? We'll stick to the left one because I already know what it's gonna do. It's gonna be like, hey, there's a barrier here. Or maybe we have to go to the far right. We'll see. It doesn't matter. It all funnels together. Yeah, 10 mile an hour zone here, so slow down. Slow for 10 miles per hour. And then we have to do another security check, it looks like, to get out of here. So if it's not this, the way stations, it's all this you got to deal with. So you can double clutch, but you have to be real slow on the clutch. And I think there's a setting you could do in the config that allows you to have synchronous transmission or something like that. I'd have to look into it. That prevents that, but I really wish SES would just give us a sound slider so we can float gears without having to hear that horrible grind sound. I mean, you have to be perfect on your shifts when floating for it to do that, you know what I mean? All right. We're not gonna be a jerk and we're not gonna pull our parking brake here. Blow everybody's eardrums out. All right, we passed security check. And we just hop right on the highway from here, so this is awesome. Doesn't get any better than that. I love the blow-off sound there. Okay. I think these old W900s originally had 3406Es in them. I'm pretty sure, but they don't have a Jake brake in them. All right, Buick, you gonna go? There you go. There's the gas station we started out at, the truck stop, the Shell. And we're gonna be getting on the highway going that way. For the most part. So the Jake brake on this thing, turn it on. You can listen to it.
Get ready to turn left.
Sounds pretty darn good, right? I think it does.
Turn left.
Okay, we don't have a stop sign, so we're good here. He doesn't seem to think so, though. Yep. We're gonna get on the highway right over here. And then we have our medium Jake brake setting. And then our low one. For me, the mediums are the most realistic as far as the amount of stopping power you get out of it. The first ones always just seem too much. All right, he's turning. Never trust them.
And then exit left.
All right, get on the highway now.
Exit left.
Now I could always split the gear. Like that. Okay, we're exiting
And then exit right.
to the right. Awesome.
Exit right.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds real nice. dump it down into 6 low here. Climb that hill. Hear the Jake brake just a little bit there. But we're good now. Yeah. Yeah, I double clutched that one. It was a little more smoother. A little smoother. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stay in this lane because we need south towards Waco.
Keep right.
We'll go high on the Jake brake setting.
Exit right.
That helped us a little bit. Beautiful day down here in Texas. And we should make it to Laredo before nightfall. Should. That's the key word. And I can turn my lights off, I guess. Don't need those on. I just had those on from the overnight parking. All right, get on the highway now. 35E. And we're not getting off a Beltline road, so we just stay right here. And it's a 70-mile-an-hour zone. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of trucking on my live streams. It's been a lot of fun. Also got back into OCRP recently, started doing some of that. The freezes still happen when things are cashing in, but it's nothing like it was. So it's definitely usable now and doable. And the issue was I had that installed on the D drive. I had my 5M folder installed on the D drive, not the C, M.2 I have. So I moved it back over to the M.2 and reinstalled everything, and so far so good. It still does have those freezes, but it's not near as frequent, you know? I missed my traffic density mod, but hey, that's okay. We get way less skips and stutters when we just run default traffic. We're still using Jazzy Cat's awesome AI mods, but we're just not doing the other one. Not getting, you know, a ton of the cars. High poly models and stuff like that. That causes your slowdowns. But hey, maybe we'll get to a point where they do a graphics overhaul and we can run, you know, higher quality mods. That'd be really cool. All right, let's crank her up to 75 down to Laredo.
Keep left.
All right, we made it to 8 high for the first time, so we're in our last gear. Just like that. And about 70 miles an hour. 1200 RPM. That isn't too bad. Oh, had a huge skip there, man. Now I've been, again, it's just, man, I don't know what's causing that. It's just loading in the game, man. Just loading in the game, and there's not much we can do. But wait for it. I think we just stay in this lane. I think we're staying on this highway for the most part, all the way down towards Laredo.
Keep left.
Yep, we'll stay right here. And then we can actually set our cruise control right here at 75. That works for me. I haven't gotten a screenshot yet, so let me do that. Okay, and we're back. Anybody need anything from McDonald's? Oops, sorry. We passed it, so that was your only chance. We're going through Waco, Texas right now. There's the Waco Stadium. And this seems to be a highway that you like travel a lot in Texas, going from, you know, point to point. And yeah, there's like hardly any traffic on the roads without the density mod. But, you know, sometimes it changes, sometimes it gets better, and sometimes it gets worse as far as the sparsity. Yeah, man, it's these bigger cities. When you're not in the cities, it does not lag like this. But if you guys know how to fix it, I'm all ears, man. I really am. And by the way, I am running G-Sync on my monitor. Doesn't matter for you, but for what I see, that is what I got going on there. Though somebody did recommend me a new control panel settings video. I'll check that out and give it a whirl. Anything to stop the skipping, man, you know, I'll be happy. But it's not that easy. So here's the interior of the truck. Looks pretty darn cool. Very old school. And then we've got, you know, the fan, of course. And then you have a CB up there, but I have my track hour set up to where I don't look up and down because it gets disorienting sometimes. For not only you, the viewer, but for me, you know, driving it. Do we stay in this lane right here?
Keep left.
Like I'm saying, I'm pretty sure we stay on this highway for a long time. And then we exit and then make a right to go down towards Laredo. But yep, now we're on 35 South. You might see me bump around in my chair. That's because I have the Next Level Racing Motion Platform V3. I use the Next Level Racing GT Elite rig is what everything is set to here. That's how I can like angle the wheel and all that. ATSaccessories.com has provided the Patriot XL here, button box. And then also the 3D printed adapter needed to run my Thrustmaster wheel with an SCI wheel. That's a real truck wheel, an 18-inch wooden steering wheel, just like you would see in a real truck. So that's how I'm able to do that. This should be Austin, Texas we're seeing right now off our nose. And that would make the airport on our left-hand side. And I've been to the airport many, many times in Austin, Texas. Well, if you guys missed out, you did. That would be on Sunday. We did a karaoke stream with all of our friends here. It was a lot of fun. Thank you all for coming out and hanging out with that. That was really, really cool. But the reason why I bring this up is I was drinking some Chianti wine and what's 63 here? Let's slow down. Wasn't even paying attention to that. Sitting here going, yapping along. But getting back to it, I was drinking some wine and man, oh man. I dumped half of a glass of wine on my desk like an idiot, and it dumped onto the Go XLR I had. And it was working fine still, no problem. You know, I got as much of the wine as I could off of the dang thing. But then, there's a reason why I'm telling you this story. But then, oh, they got a trooper back on the left. Oh, hello, big lag spike, man. Welcome to Austin. He would love to pull me over. Well, they don't pull you over, they just insta-fine you. But I dumped a lot of it into the circuitry and stuff like that, and I was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna be able to do here. But it worked for a long time, and then all the buttons started freezing up on it, and I was like, uh-oh, I think we fried it. So I unplugged everything, and I just let it sit overnight and, you know, just air dry. Next morning, because I tried unplugging it and plugging it back in, and it just wouldn't turn on. Fired right up, works perfect to this day. So those Go XLRs by TC Helicon are tanks, man. I really thought I, you know, was an idiot and ruined it. But alas, that's not the case. So if you've been on the fence about a Go XLR, I can attest to the quality of the product. And I've had mine for quite a few years now. I love it. But yeah, don't be me. And I have a new rule. I don't keep drinks like that on my desk now. Or at least not next to the Go XLR. But we had a blast. It was a lot of fun. We started our night off. We went to Top Golf. And then I won around the first round. And then, no, the first round I got my butt kicked. I won the second round. But it came close. I'm not really good at golf, but we like going there. Me and Nicole do. It's Nicole and me, yeah. You gotta be proper. We enjoy Top Golf. So we did that, and then we went to a bowling alley. And it wasn't a bowling alley, it was a place called Main Event.
Keep left.
And that bowling alley was super greasy, man. Like you could barely get the ball down the lane because it was skating so much. Like it was like overly waxed, but when it would come back through the ball return, it was just like straight grease on everything. It was crazy. I've never experienced that before at a bowling alley. So wouldn't recommend Main Event's bowling alley. And they have the pins on the strings, you know. You know what I'm talking about. There's also something else that happens with, I don't know if it's Project Next Gen or JBX or what's going on, but sometimes the clouds of the sky will move very quickly. And I don't know if it's like a time zone thing, because I've tried turning that on and off at different levels of it, and I haven't been able to fix it. But you can see, we're just driving straight. It's moving pretty fast, those clouds. Now, it's possible that the low-level jet is whipping through here at this, you know, state. And, you know, it'd be a day before tornadoes for sure if we saw something like this, but the clouds are moving to the right. The wind there on the flag is from the right, so it would be to the left, but regardless, that's not what I'm talking about. There's San Antonio. Home of the paste pecane sauce. And I love salsa and I love pecan or hot sauces and stuff, but paste is a thing of like the past. Anybody use that anymore? I don't think anybody uses it anymore. There's so many better options today, but it feels like back in the day you just didn't have that many options. When it comes to taco sauce, man, I think the best is Ortega taco sauce. I do like me some Taco Bell hot sauce, but Ortega, you're just keeping it home, you know? The way to go. I love Cholula. I love Tapatio. I love a lot of different hot sauces, but my favorite of all time is El Yucateca. The red habanero. That one's my favorite. And they have the green one too, which, you know, the Verde, I'll do it, but I prefer the red. It's wonderful. A lot of the local Mexican restaurants have El Yucateca, and that's where I learned to get a taste for it. It's spicy though, man. I mean, it's got some heat behind it. Yep, towards Laredo. But you see what I'm talking about? If you're not running a density mod, it's so dead on the roads, man. Like, the problem is you can do G traffic, and I trust me, I know how to do that. And a lot of people always love to remind me of it. Another 60-mile-an-hour zone here. They love to remind me that I can use G traffic and then set the number. But what that does is that sets the number no matter what on everything. It's not ratioed out, you know, Mercy vehicles versus cars versus whatever. They just don't have that set there. What I would love to see is a traffic slider from SCS sometime down the road, you know what I mean? I mean, that would be better. That'd be a better solution, I think, in the long run. Whoa, airplane flew right over us. You see the shadow there. That's cool. I don't see the airplane yet, but we definitely saw the shadow. Yeah, these skips are bad, dude. Skips are bad, man. granted, this is the smaller GPU I have out of all three of my PCs. This one has the old card in it, the 2080 Super. But this is not a 3080 Ti, not a 3090, nothing like that. It's still a 20 series card, and maybe that would, you know, change things up. But I'm not 100% sure. Because sometimes this game just runs great. It all depends. Oh, let's see what we get here. I can't tell because I don't have the little pass in here. That's red. Okay. We'll stop here. Is it on the right side? It looks like it is on this one. Where does the left? Should be the left. Should be the left. Let's see. Nope. It's on the right on this one. Well, that's weird. There's that stupid sound. I'm telling you what, man. Not like double clutch. All right. 80,085. Man, this is a pretty heavy load of cottonseed. Like, no joke. That's a double clutch. All right, these guys are going a little slow. Truck gonna let us on? Yes, he is. Awesome. The guy broke down over here. Bus broke down. Back on the road. Through here. And then right there to 8 high. So we've used a little bit more fuel than I thought we were going to on this one. We're just shy of just a little bit over a half tank. If you're looking for the gauge, it's the middle of the 3 on the top there. Little gas can symbol on it. That's crazy. You see the trailer and truck knobs there for the brakes. It's the exact same font as the ones on this Patriot. See, tractor and trailer. That's cool. Just noticed that. Just swaying there a little bit. Not bad. Trying to flow with traffic a little bit here. Looks like they're doing about 60 for some reason. Just a little bit. It's usually these tour buses, man. They're always going so slow. That's usually the problem. We'll make quick work of getting around him before we have to get off the highway. Because I think we're going to be getting off the highway soon. We could check our map display. Yeah, we got a little bit longer to go. We'll be able to get around this guy, no problem. Saturday to 75. Well, this, we got a turn coming up here. Gotta be careful in these turns. These trucks will tip over so easy. Oh, now we got some traffic. See what I'm talking about? It's never consistent. Like, if we had this kind of traffic all the way there, that'd be great. Why are we going so slow in this lane? Holy crap, dude. We'll have to get over now. Or the exit. The Dodge Ram was awesome on that one. All right, we're just gonna flow with traffic here. I think because we're getting closer to the city. In Laredo. Oh, there's a train. Now, I don't have the longer train mod in. Back in the day, it used to do some really weird stuff. Like stick it out into the road and stuff. Maybe it's been fixed since then. So maybe I'll give it another whirl, but I've got to figure out these freezes before, or these lag spikes before I start adding anything else, you know?
Keep right, and then exit right.
Yep, this is our exit.
Exit right. Get ready to turn left.
Love the sound of the Jake, man. Oh, there's that stupid grind sound. It's the default one, too. Which I thought that Z's Kenworth sounds interior would have gotten rid of that crap, but I guess not. I'm gonna have to ask him about it. Because I really, really can't stand that sound, and I don't know why it's not on the slider in the game. For people that like to shift a little bit more realistically, you know? It doesn't do it in the Peterbilt.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
All the Texas flags. We have to yield for oncoming traffic here. Of course, here they come. Oh, we did it just in time. The Marlboro van. I think we're dropping at the Union Pacific here too. Yeah, we are. Hopefully they don't have the same amount of security, but I think they will. Ooh, Border Patrol. Look at that. You gonna let me go? Thank you, buddy. Nope, you're not going. What are you doing? You were gonna let me go, now you're not gonna let me go? Like, figure it out, man. My God. He was like trying to turn into us. That wasn't cool, man. That wasn't cool at all. I thought we were cool and we're not. Get around that red car. I'm sure not a train is gonna come through here and kill us. I believe in the, sorry cars. I believe in the CDL, you can't change your gear over a railroad track to avoid the stall. You know, stalling happening. No, if that's still true, but back whenever I read that book, when I was gonna be a truck driver for Schneider, they hired me, but I never, it was the day of, I had to go, like the day before I had to leave and go do it. I just had a gut feeling and I said no. But I'm kind of glad that happened because I wouldn't be where I am today without, who knows where I would be if I went over the road driving. But I did read the CDL, and I was getting ready to take the test and all that, preparing for it. Well, it looks like we do have a security check we have to do because it's Union Pacific. Why wouldn't it be? But no, I can't remember if that's still a valid thing or not. So let me know in the comments below. I try not to shift over the railroad tracks for that reason. Oh, this is the double one. Yeah, you have the first gate and then the security check. Oh, cool. They're just letting us through. Thank you. Okay, nobody coming from over there. These rail yards are awesome. We're dropping over here on the left.
You have arrived at your destination.
Yep, right there. Okay. Oh, this won't be too bad. It's gonna teardrop it and then back it in. Right where that yard dog is, man, because that's where they're gonna make it difficult on you. But they give us all this room over here, so that's cool. Can't remotely complain about that, Yeah, I see it back there. I see that yard dog there. I know what they're trying to do. Let's try to get that trailer to the right a little bit more. There we go. Then we can start bringing it back. When we get on that line, we'll be okay. There we go. Pull up a little bit to the right here. There it is. Does not like to go in gear. All right. Probably gonna have to pull up a little bit to the left again, but that's okay. Yep. Almost had it, but that yard dog was in the way of, as usual. Try to get this one over to the left more, because last time it was too tight on the right. That's better that time. I'm more happy with it, at least. Being on that line right there. Hey, we nailed it, but need to get out and check and see how much further back we can go. Because I know we can. Actually, that is perfect. So I think we're just going to leave it right there. All right, let's shut off track IR. I'm going to go ahead and kill the engine. Kill those. Turn it all the way off. And now we can find out what we got here. We got an excellent 439 miles, 9 hours, 1 minute total, 79.6 gallons of fuel consumed. So we didn't use that much, which isn't too bad. And that is pretty much that. Well, there you go. Okay, well, I did take some of your advice and I did go into my mod manager and move the sounds up to the top and all that stuff. So it's in a lot better shape than it was in the last video, but nothing has changed outside of that. Anywho, that's going to do it for this episode of American Truck Simulator. If you want to check out the truck, hit up CTTM on Facebook, and then they'll message you from there. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.